You think this is the spot? As good as any, I guess. Nolan, if you were wrong and you can still hear me, I need to tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't make it to 60. I'm sorry that the dying was so slow and hard. But most of all, I'm sorry that the marriage died before you did. I don't know which one of us was at fault, and I don't know who could have done anything different to change it, but for my part, I am truly and deeply sorry. Okay. I'm back, Mother.
Good, I'm all ready. I'll be right there. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
Good. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I feel angry and alone and relieved.
I remember the feeling.
I'll be all right. I just don't know what to do with the rest of my life.
Give yourself time. You'll figure it out. I have great faith in you.
Thanks.
In the meantime, I suggest you put your wedding ring in a drawer. Eat your meals in a different spot. And get up at a different time. However you felt about it, there's going to be a hole where he used to be.
Thank you, Mother. Let's get you to the airport. I'll get your bags.
Can you believe they're sending me to Zaire? I wanted to go to the Congo my entire childhood. Now that I'm finally going, it's not the Congo anymore.
I hope you discover a fascinating new species of spider, but Mother, please be careful.
Oh, not to worry. I've decided 70-something is the perfect age to travel. I think this is my favorite decade. I'm going to be sorry to leave it.
Well, you've done a fine job with all of them so far.
I don't know why you and Harry keep it up, visiting each other twice a year. Houston every spring, down here every September.
I love her.
I know.
We go way back, Harriet and I.
But you two don't seem to have that much in common anymore.
We have our childhoods in common. We were girls together at boarding school. She's my oldest friend. What's your problem with her? Why don't you like her?
I don't dislike her. It's just that she's so perfect. Everything's got to be so. Her hair, her nails, even her shoes and purse match.
You have to go beneath the surface with Harriet, Katie. She's very dear to me.
Well, you sure you want to give all his clothes away?
Yes. I'm giving these things to George so he'll have something of his father's, but the clothes are going.
Well, somebody gonna think it's a lucky day when they find these suits at the thrift store.
Well, I hope they make somebody happy. I want to get all new linens for this room and make it into a guest room and lighten it up. Get some new wallpaper.
That would be nice.
What's this?
Oh, isn't that pretty? They don't make beautiful wallpaper like that anymore. And that's a shame. That paper would have been perfect in this room.
Perfect. Hello?
Guess what?
You're pregnant.
Bite your tongue.
You've entered a convent.
I bought a gun.
You what?
I did. I bought a .22 caliber double action nickel-plated Smith & Wesson pistol.
I don't believe it. Why would you do a thing like that?
Oh, honey, you don't know what it's like down here. I mean, there has been a rash of holdups. And these creeps follow women home from the mall and attack them in parking lots. It's not like they just rob them. They shoot them so they can't identify them afterwards. No, I mean, it's crazy. Nobody's wearing any jewelry or anything.
So now you're Annie Oakley? What does Knox think about his wife packing a pistol?
You know Knox. He probably thinks it's cute. You know? I mean, I can't get him to take the crime wave seriously at all.
What'd you do, just go in a gun store and say, I'll have that one?
Exactly. The man in the store kept showing me these .38s, and I said, I don't want a great big powerful gun. I want a little one I can put in my purse and shoot right through it. I mean, if someone tries to mug me, I'm going to shoot him right in the groin.
Harriet, I don't know what to say.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a minute, honey. There's something terrible happening here.
What?
I don't know if my father ever achieved success by his own standards, but he was my hero. He never made me feel like I should have been a son. And the way he'd look up and smile and say, "There's my girl," when he saw me, I always knew he loved me. His death was so sudden, it was like a bad joke. But Daddy loved bad jokes. Cornier the better. It would have been awful for him to have gotten sick and old and helpless. He went out in his prime, and that's the way we'll remember him. Strong and alive and laughing.
This is Cahill. Come on in. How are you?
Just back there.
Oh, this is David McCord, one of our new associates.
How do you do? Well, I'll let you two,
No, David, stay. Well, I'm afraid I don't have very good news for you about your financial situation. You know, Knox had a history of drinking and driving, so a clause in his life insurance excluded it as a cause of death.
His life insurance excluded his cause of death?
Well, basically, that means that Knox died with no life insurance, in effect, leaving you in a situation.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, in the past, your expenses pretty much equaled your deposits.
Well, naturally. That's how Knox settled on the amount of money he gave me to run the house.
Yes, but now your expenses are continuing and your deposits are not. Miss Cahill, if you are careful, your husband's investments and interest should last you about 10 years. That is, if you cut your expenses by half.
Cut my expenses in half?
Or sell your house. Or get a job. In the meantime, I suggest that you eliminate anything that is not absolutely essential.
Mr. Burnham, I don't know how much Knox has paid you all of these years, but if he'd had any idea how you were going to treat me the minute he was gone, he wouldn't have paid you a dime.
Well, now, don't be upset. I'm doing you a favor. You can't afford us anyway.
Mrs. Cahill. Mrs. Cahill.
What is it?
Please, let me apologize for Mr. Burnham. Look, I'd be glad to look over your finances and help if I can.
You're
David McCord.
Thank you, Mr. McCord.
Please, call me David. Would you like to step into my office?
I'm afraid Mr. Burnham doesn't think I can afford this firm anymore.
Well, I'm sure you can afford me.
Are you new to Houston, David?
Yes, I am. It's just this way.
Hi. Oh,
Lordy, I'm glad to see you.
you're really here? I am. I'm really sorry I didn't make it for the funeral.
Oh, no, I was absolutely right about that, honey. That was so overwhelming, I don't know who was there and who wasn't. But now that things have quieted down, I really need my best friend.
Here I am. Well, I didn't wear any jewelry as instructed.
No, that's good. That's very good. I know you think I'm exaggerating, but, honey, it's a job. You can wear these earrings. These aren't real. You can wear a watch if it's not one of those fancy ones.
Oh, now she tells me. What about that gun you bought? You don't have it with you, do you?
You know, I couldn't take it to the airport because of the security.
Good.
It's in a glove compartment.
What? Oh, my
Take
God.
it out. Look at it.
Harriet, no. Oh, gee.
Isn't that neat? Doesn't even look real.
It's not loaded, is it?
Of course it's loaded. I wasn't going to carry it.
Oh, I can't believe I dropped it like that. You ought to have someone listen to that cough.
I'm giving up cigarettes.
Yeah, sure.
Cross my heart.
Right. How you holding up, honey?
Fine, I guess. I don't know. I must say the world seemed more user-friendly when Knox was here. I don't know. I just feel like I've lost my job. Wife. And I'm starting to jump at my own shadow. What about you?
Oh. I'm taking it a day at a time. You were always better at that marriage thing than I was.
No.
Yes, of course you were. I don't miss the institution. I just feel sort of adrift. Somehow without direction, you know?
Yeah, me too. There's a hurricane warning tonight.
You're kidding. Doesn't look like it.
Welcome to Houston. get you settled in. I'm putting you in Tammy's old room.
Fine. How is Pammy doing these days?
Oh, she's all right, I guess. I swear I haven't heard her laugh since she went to law school, and she's practically a partner by now. Here we go. These are the absolute essentials for survival. Margaritas, candles, chocolate.
I forget. Tell me again, why do we sit in a bathtub during a hurricane?
When a house blows down, whoever is sheltered by the bathtub is the one that survives.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's to us, best friends.
Through good times and hurricanes.
Oh. Did you ever imagine that we'd be widows at this age?
I never gave it much thought.
I don't know what to do with my life. I mean, I can just imagine going to some career counselor for returning women, as we're called, and he'd say, Miss Cahill, I've looked over all your qualifications, and I strongly suggest you remarry. For that, I'd pay him some big hunk of money that Pat Freddy says I don't even have anymore.
Are you all right financially?
Oh, right. Well, I have to cut down, but I can afford to be a swinging single for about 10 more years.
I doubt that you'll be single that long.
Scared to death, to tell you the truth. You know my grandmother? She was a widow for 43 years. 43 years.
Doesn't sound bad to me.
You know, Sarah, that was a corner that he had driven 10,000 times, drunk or sober. And I heard it. I heard his car crash into the tree. Oh. Well, I guess that must be our cue to tell ghost stories.
Oh, dear. You used to scare us girls to tears with that story of the crawling hand.
Oh, don't talk about that crawling hand. Don't you scare me any worse than I am.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Yeah, and the girlfriend sitting in the bathtub as you... You know, I used to go to a shrink, and I would tell her everything and cry and cry and cry. And then that same day, I'd come home, I'd call you up that night and tell you the same things, and we'd end up laughing.
That's what friends are for.
Kiss to us. Best friends.
For life.
Oh, hi. Oh, honey, didn't you bring any walking clothes?
Well, this is what I wear to walk the dog in.
Oh, no, I could lend you some of mine, but it's too late now. You know, if we don't get there right at 7 on the button, they go without us. That's just gonna be fine anyway. It's just fine.
Who is that?
It's Sarah. Oh, is that Sarah?
Hi. This is Sarah. I told you about, and this is the Taste Patrol. Violet and Sally.
Hi. Dottie. Jewel.
Nice to meet you.
Well, let's go, girls. Time's wasting.
Oh, the hurricane really trashed the neighborhood, didn't it?
No, only superficially. They'll all have it cleaned up by noon. Look, the Morgans, they finished their patio.
And they've got those aged bricks that don't look old at all.
Tacky.
Oh, that German Shepherd is going to ruin that yard. And it is a crying shame. They ought to put that dog in obedience school before they lose their curb appeal completely.
Oh, and you know what that does to property value.
Oh, David, it's all a shame. Crying.
You all go on. I'm going to walk over this way. I think I saw some lilacs that made it through the storm.
But you don't know the way.
And that's all. I'll find my way back. I'll meet you at the car.
Well, you better go with her. She might get lost.
Or mugged, or worse.
Oh, Lord, I'm going. I'll see y'all later. I mean, she's not used to the scent. Sarah.
Oh, hi. I'm fine. You should have stayed with your friends. I just can't stand that much excitement in the morning. This is usually my quiet time.
I know. You know, they're not so shallow, really. That whole taste patrol is just fun.
No, it's good to have friends you can rely on when you need them.
Look, looks like the birds are already rebuilding their nest.
That was sure quick. You don't have to do this if it's too soon, you know.
No, I want to redo this room. I'm going to make it a sitting room or, a den or something. I feel much better with you here.
It made me feel better to do this with Nolan stuff.
Did it?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake.
What was?
Separate bedrooms.
You liked it at first. I remember you telling me you were decorating yours in eyelet and lace. You said it was the first time you'd have a feminine bedroom in about 25 years.
Yeah, I know that's what I said, but what I was really thinking was that our marriage was just getting so ordinary. All that sharing of bed and bath. I thought maybe that we could renew our sex life. If we didn't have to see each other just at our worst, first thing in the morning. So I fixed up my room like a French bordello. Believe me, satin sheets, all of it. I got all perfumed and powdered, ready and waiting. But he never did come over. You know, he acted as if he were almost relieved that that part of his life was over.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was better for you.
What happened with you and Nolan?
I walked into our bedroom once and caught him reading a girly magazine. I was kind of glad. I thought it meant that he was interested in sex again. Stupidly, I thought it would open things up. I thought it meant we were going to talk about things. So I suggested that we could do different things, and...
Sarah, how exciting. What'd he say?
He shoved the magazine in the drawer and said, I was just window shopping. I didn't plan to be buying. I foolishly told him again about my recurring fantasy about making love after a shower with him wrapping a towel around me. Then he got really tense. And he said, what's gotten into you? Can't a man just have plain sex with his wife without all this fuss? And then I got real angry and I said, does plain sex mean you get to have all the pleasure at whatever speed you want and I get none at all?
Oh, my word, you said that?
I did. And then I just decided to take care of my own needs in the shower and be grateful for the warmth of his body in bed. And then when he got sick and it became difficult for him to sleep, we did get separate bedrooms. And the funny thing is, as bad as the sex was, I still missed it.
Me too. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm just proud you had the gumption to say all that. I could have never talked to Knox about sex like that.
Oh, it's pretty.
It is.
Maybe he was going to surprise you.
No, this is a size 6. I'm a 10.
Well, most men have trouble with sizes.
I don't believe Knox bought this for me. He never bought many clothes in his life.
Maybe it's for Pammy.
Maybe.
Next time you see me, I'm going to be a reformed, non-smoker.
So if you get buggy about nicotine, will you call me?
Oh, you know I will.
Well, see you in September, as the song goes.
Oh, I'll miss you.
Not for long. I'll call you as soon as I get home.
Bye.
Nicole Wallen, please meet your driver at the lower baggage claim area. Skycap, please respond with a wheelchair to gate 43 for passenger assistance. Skycap, please respond with a wheelchair to gate 43 for passenger assistance.
Hey, Coop!
Hey, Will.
What are you doing by the courthouse? You in some kind of trouble with the law?
No, I'm working on the stupid legal system to try to get my name changed. You think I was trying to rob Fort Knox or something?
Don't tell me you're divorcing Nolan now.
I want to be myself, and I want my own name back. You're the only one who calls me Coop around here.
Well, it seems like being yourself has never been a problem for you.
This your dog?
Yeah, that's Missoula.
Look at this. You look like my band. Here.
Glad they should. They're both out of the same letter.
No kidding?
We ought to get them together sometime and have a family reunion.
Oh, that sounds like a fine idea.
Well, if the mood ever strikes you to take the dogs to the hills, you give me a call, will you?
All right, I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Will, I want to thank you.
For what?
For everything you did for Nolan at the end. Good morning.
Good morning. What's this, the welcoming committee?
Come on in here. I got something to show you.
What is going on?
You'll see. Wait till you see what I got in this bag.
What you up to?
Look.
Oh, that's that paper from Nolan's room.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you find it?
I copied it, had it made.
It is beautiful.
Isn't it?
It's perfect, just like the original.
Oh, it came out better than I'd hoped.
Guess this means this is paper hanging day.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I got a whole lot of old clothes we can wrap.
Sure,
You
it's
want-
pretty.
Katie, I've been thinking. I got an idea.
I don't know whether I want to hear this.
How many years have you been cleaning other people's houses?
Over 20.
Well, I think that we should go into business together, you and I.
Like the house cleaning business? Sarah, you losing it.
No, listen to me. You are very good at organizing things. You are very good with money. I am a very hard worker, and I need something to do with my life.
Where's all this leading to?
I think we should open a store. Take a camera, go around to all the old houses in the area, photograph the original wallpapers, make up a sample book. People come in, pick a pattern, and we make it up to order for them. It could work. Katie, you know it. This is a good idea.
But we have to do it right.
Of course.
Got to make out a financial plan, budget, and figure out how much capital we're going to need.
That's right.
I got a little money put aside.
So have I. We only need a little store. We can furnish it with my stuff. We'll have a little area for coffee.
This can really work. We can really do this.
We can do this, Katie. We'd be partners.
Partners.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, I'm proud of you, too.
Could I have David McCord, please? This is Harriet Cahill calling.
Miss Cahill on line
Harriet, how nice to hear from you.
Oh, Davis, how are you?
Fine, thank you. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I'm on the committee for the zoo ball. And, well, I have to go, and I have the tickets and everything. But, what I'm actually lacking is an escort.
Well, I would be honored to take you.
Oh, that would be so nice. It's Friday, and it's black tie, and the men all wear...
I do know the traditional dress code. I'll pick you up at your house at 8.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going back to the Clemson's house and get some better shots of that zigzag wallpaper. Might be right for the Morrison sitting room.
Our first customer must be satisfied.
Our only customer so far, and hard to please.
I thought you hated that zigzag.
I do, but it's in gray and gold, and she wants cocoa and rose. Just might work. See you later.
Bye.
Dr. Harper's office.
Yes, this is Sarah Cooper calling Dr. Harper.
The doctor's with a patient. He'll have to get back to you.
Well, would you kindly tell him that Sarah Cooper's on the line?
Ma'am, I can't interrupt him.
Well, just tell him that I'm calling, please.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
I'm going to hold.
Yes.
Dr. Harper, I'm sorry, but it's Sarah Cooper on the phone, and she's holding.
I'll just be a minute, Cyrus. What's up, Coop? Be fast. I got a naked man sitting here.
How'd you like to take the pups to the country Friday afternoon?
Oh, it sounds good. And it's my half day. Why don't you pick me up at my place about 1?
I can do that. Bye-bye.
Bye. Right on time.
Well, of course.
You in Missoula?
Hey, Ben. Hey, Missoula. Well, hello there. I'm so glad you could get away.
Me too. You know, you and I have a friendship of a horse-dog duration.
I know. Can I ask you something, Will?
Anything.
When I was a newlywed, you were Nolan's doctor. You told me that you didn't think that doctors should treat couples. And I found out that you were treating couples. Why did you refuse to be my doctor?
Well, to tell you the truth, Coop, you were a married woman, and I didn't want to have to take a chance on putting my hands on your naked body.
I'm not married now.
I know. Are you okay?
Yes.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry. I'm no good at this.
That's nonsense.
No,
Talk to me, Coop. I'm right here.
He ruined my love life for 25 years. I'm damned if I'm gonna let him spoil this for me now.
Tell me about Nolan. What was the problem between you?
He was jealous.
What? You never gave him any cause.
That never matters, does it?
Well, it should have. It should have meant the world to him.
Well, it didn't.
Well, some men just never know how good they've got it.
I wish I knew when we became so hostile to each other. I wish I could have said, look, one of us just made a wrong turn here. But I never knew when it happened. Nolan was not the type to go to a therapist and say, I'm having trouble with my wife in bed. He would rather have died first. He did die first.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring Nolan with us.
We're not bringing Nolan with us. We're just clearing the decks.
Feels like he's still here, though, doesn't it?
Nolan? You get out of here. Shoo! Shoo now! Any better?
Yes. Yes. Why have you never married, Will?
Oh, foolish reason.
What reason?
Never seemed quite right.
Not so foolish.
Now this seems right.
Oh. David, you look just perfect.
Oh, minute. Oh, got him out. Good.
Why don't I go find our table? You get some drinks?
Sure.
I'll have champagne.
You got it.
Oh, you look fabulous.
Did you ever think we'd get to wear our jewelry again?
Oh, no, not ever. No, we just got fed up with keeping them locked away all the time.
Forgotten that is...
Life's too short.
Oh, yes, it is.
And even Violet wore her amethyst.
Oh, yeah, they're so beautiful.
Oh, she used to be so pretty. Yeah, she did kind of fall apart this past spring, didn't she?
She did, right around the time Knox died.
Violet? Hello, Harriet.
You know, I found a present when I was cleaning out Knox's room. And I think it was meant for you.
Did you find our table?
Right this way. Did you hear that noise a while ago? Sounded like a gunshot.
No, I didn't hear anything. Oh, that's a nice one. I had a lovely evening, Dave.
Oh, so did I. Thank you for inviting me.
Would you like to come in for a drink? I have a bottle of champagne on ice.
Well, I better not. I do have to be sober enough to drive home.
Well, I guess I could make you a cup of coffee.
No, I'm sorry.
You just drive carefully there. Thank you so much for being my escort.
Good night.
You old fool.
This is Dr. Fosse's office. We're calling to confirm your appointment with the doctor for Monday morning at 10 o'clock. See you then.
Can you believe I did that?
No.
In the ladies' room at the zoo ball?
I'm just glad you didn't shoot her.
I couldn't even face the taste patrol this morning.
I went hiking with Will Harper, Nolan's old doctor, this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of doctors, I went to one myself this morning.
You did? Uh-huh. About that cough?
Yeah. It's been hanging on.
Well?
Anyway, he said he heard a wheeze. And then he looked at my fingernails and got all serious. He wants me to go in for a bronchoscopy. You know how serious these young doctors are.
Call me after.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.
Uh-huh. Bye. You look tired.
Nobody's getting well. I've given up serious reading. I'm only read detective novels now, but I'm sure that the PI will walk away in the end.
I'm sorry. Anything I can do?
You're doing it.
My Texas friend.
Oh, the one that goes way back.
Yeah, Harriet. She had a cough while I was there. Doctor wants to do a bronchoscopy.
Did she mention anything else?
Yeah, something like that. Odd, I can't remember.
About her fingernails?
Yes, that's it. Is that important?
Well, it's a thickening called clubbing. It's not good.
What do you mean, not good?
Growth in the lung, possibly. You can't tell. That's why they're giving her the test.
Oh, my God.
You know, try to hold off fearing the worst if you can. You might not be the worst. Come on, drink your beer. Hey, Sunday's Mother's Day. Is your son George coming home?
Yes, amazingly. Why don't you join us?
Oh, thanks, but nope. The boy has a hard enough time watching his mother climb into bed with his father for a couple of dozen years. Why don't you wait till I'm 80? By then he'll think we're getting together on the porch to rock and pick ticks off the dogs.
I hope we are.
Was the chocolate mousse as good as it looked?
Fabulous.
Did you want to look? You should just love chocolate when you were a little girl.
My treat. It's Mother's Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, honey. It was so nice. So, are you seeing anyone?
Sure. You know, I date.
Anybody special?
I hate to tell you this, Mom, but I don't think I'll ever get married and have babies. I'm not thrilled about any of the marriages I've seen, and as for babies, I got this implant thing, so at least for 5 years I won't have to worry about that.
Henry, you're 30 years old. You can't just decide not to have a baby for 5 years.
Mom, please don't make a big deal about it. It's just my birth control method of choice.
Well, I'd certainly like to know who you made this choice for.
I'm sorry I even mentioned it. We were having a nice, quiet dinner.
Yes, we don't have too many of those, do we?
I heard about what happened at the zoo ball.
What did you hear?
About you and Violet Evans. In some ways, Houston is such a small town.
Thank you.
Maybe I'm sorry that you heard that. I didn't want you to know about it.
No, I'm sorry you had to find out about it.
What? You knew?
What, Daddy? Well, not from the beginning, but yes, I've known for a while.
Tell you such a thing.
Well, I asked Dad if he was seeing someone, and he told me.
You just had this little secret between the two of you.
Mom, what was I supposed to do? Tell you?
Yes,
And betray Daddy?
He betrayed me.
God's sakes, Mom, he is dead. Dead! It's over. It doesn't matter. Daddy and I were always close. Daddy was always there for me.
He was always there for you?
Yes.
Where was I, honey? Was I on Mars? Did it ever occur to you that you and I could have been there for each other when...
This is not the time or place for this.
I suppose you told him all about your love life, too, didn't you? You always confided everything to each other. He knew, didn't he? He knew your sin.
Yes, he did.
Oh, my God. Pam.
What?
Pam, you're involved with a married man, aren't you? That's why you asked Knox those questions. You wanted to absolve yourself. Daddy's doing it, so it must be okay. That's right, isn't it?
I have to answer that.
I'm just calling to tell you the doctor's report like I promised. He says they won't have to operate. Isn't that great news? He says he's going to shrink it with radiation instead. Kind of like a plum they're turning into a dried up prune in my chest. Appetizing, huh? What do you think? Oh, Sarah, where are you?
Well?
You go take a shower, wash off your walk, and clear up your head. Then you can call her.
That bad?
Well, whooped, I'd say, by the sound of it.
You don't know everything. They can cure things with radiation.
You go take a shower now.
I don't want to take a shower. I want to call my friend.
Is it you?
Yes. How are you? What did the doctor say?
Okay, it's a small cell carcinoma in the left mainstream bronchus and no metastasis adjacent to the heart in the mediastinum. I don't know, it's all great to me. I just got so panicked right afterwards I couldn't even swallow or talk or anything. But I'm fine now. And you know what the best thing is? They don't have to operate, and I'm not going to have some gruesome scar all over my chest.
When do you go in for the treatment, to shrink it?
Next week, I think.
Well, I'll come out.
No, please don't be silly. I mean, this isn't serious. And the Taste Patrol all here, they're wonderful. Now, please, Sarah, don't make a big thing out of this because you're just going to wind up making me nervous, please.
I feel so far away from you all of a sudden. It seems like only minutes ago we were sitting in your bathtub telling scary stories, and now I'm 5 states away.
Well, you're taking a southern route. If you go through Arkansas and Tennessee, you're only 3 states away.
Why don't you come out here this summer? Why don't you come for 4th of July? You've never seen the fair. I want to see you, and I don't want to wait till September. And you say yourself that you hate Texas in the summer.
Well, I just might. No, not might. I'm going to.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Why not? I'd love to. You know, I'm going to shock all of those small-town churchwomen with my short shorts.
Not to mention the men. I'd love it.
Yeah, me too. Look, I'm kind of beat. I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Bye. Oh, my God, darling, look at you. Let me look at you. You look so wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. How are you? Do you feel well?
If I felt any better, I'd have to take a pill. I am so glad you did.
Hey, what's going on? Am I seeing double here? I can't tell which one's Ben.
This one's Ben. That one's Missoula. He's Will Harper's dog. Who? Will Harper, my friend, Dr. Harper.
Oh, sure, Nolan's old doctor.
When you go hiking with him. Your dog's sitting there.
Well, we've become friends. We're rather close.
Welcome. My goodness, I hate flying. Do you suppose that I could get a little pick-me-up?
Of course, anything you want. I have everything. You want me to make you a Bloody Mary?
Oh, just something with gin and a jigger of juice, lemonade, orange juice, anything.
Coming right up.
You haven't even guessed, have you?
Guess what?
I can't believe you didn't notice it.
Notice what? You're doing it to me again, aren't you? Just wait an hour and then drop the big news.
I got an eye tuck.
You did?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, you look great to me. I'd never know. You just look great to me, that's all.
Right in the middle of that ghastly radiation.
Well, good for you.
Oh, Lord, I was going to the hospital 3 days a week anyway. Felt not worth shooting. Looked like hell, too. You know what the doctor said when I asked him if I could do it? He said he thought it was the silliest thing he'd ever heard in his life. Yeah, I said, I don't care, you know, if you think it's dumb. I just want to know, will it harm me, my condition? So, when I heard there was no medical reason not to, voila. And then when you said I look good, you know, at the airport, it just made me want to crow.
You do. You look wonderful. I want to hear every detail of this plastic surgery thing, but first let's get you settled. Yes? You must be tired. I made curried chicken salad for lunch.
Oh, that's nice.
You can stay with me in my old room with the twin beds if you like. Unless you'd rather have a room of your own.
Oh, you know me, I like a slumber party.
I redid Nolan's old room.
Did you?
Uh-huh. Want to see it? Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Like it?
Honey, yes, this is beautiful. Oh, I just forget how good you are at houses. Oh, it's a great old bed.
Is it okay? Listen, I'm fixing to bring lunch up here for you, but why don't you rest first? You are hungry, aren't you?
You got anything chocolate?
Well, I didn't have time to make any chocolate desserts, but I did bring you this from the airport in case of emergency.
Yum, you're an angel.
I want to have a dinner party for you tomorrow night in your honor.
Oh, honey, I'm not sure about that, you know?
Oh, it's just you and me and Will and Katie. I want you to meet him. You'll like him.
Okay.
Now rest. Okay?
Yeah.
What's for supper?
Oh, now ain't that sweet?
Well, I read the book. A man comes in the kitchen, kisses a woman, and says, "What's for supper?"
And the woman lifts the lid and says, "Stew."
Where's your friend?
She had a bad spell when we were getting dressed before.
You holding up?
I made 3 different peach desserts.
You sure did.
I couldn't decide.
That's a good answer. I'm heading for a rocker, Kate. Want to join me?
In a minute.
It's me at last.
Oh. Hey. Don't you look pretty?
Well, don't you?
Katie.
Can I help anybody with anything? I'm sorry that I took so long.
No, not a thing. This has to simmer for a while. Should we go out on the porch?
Okay.
Looks so beautiful. Yeah, watch the threshold.
Harriet? Well, listen then.
Most of the time. What'll you have? I'm having myself a beer, and the other ladies are having lemonade.
Well, I'll just have a lemonade, too, if you don't mind. Maybe a little something to sweeten it up.
How does gin sound?
Oh, that sounds fine. That sounds mighty fine.
Honey. Oh, God.
Coop, why don't you and Katie go in and serve up our dinner? We'll join you in a minute. And Coop, get my bag out of the pickup.
You are so funny, Will. So, Sarah, how is Edith in Patagonia?
She's doing all right, I guess. They haven't thrown her out yet due to epidemic or political upheaval.
I thought you was in Africa.
Oh, that's old news. Now she's in Tierra del Fuego. You know Mother.
Well, how is the new business going?
Slow as molasses.
No, it's getting
It
picking
is,
up.
but we hope to catch us on.
Be patient.
Well, I certainly hope to see some of that wallpaper before I go home.
You have seen some of it already. I did Nolan's old room in it.
Was that yours?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Oh, you should have told me. It's beautiful.
Well, we got to talking about so many things, I guess I forgot. I'm sorry.
Sarah, the stew's delicious.
Thanks. Well, I hope you all are still hungry for dessert. I made 3 of them.
Oh, I'm stuffed. You know I'm on a diet, girl.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. 3 homemade desserts sounds like a tough choice.
Not for me. I'll just choose whichever's chocolate.
How do you think it went?
It went swell. Do you need an extra pair of hands?
Yes. Here. And finally...
Which is which?
The Georgia bells are in the pie, the cobbler's made with the Monroes, and the sweet yellow Henrys are on the shortcake.
Well, there goes my diet.
Whenever did you find time to make all these peach delights?
This afternoon while you were napping. I want to propose a toast to my 3 best friends. I love you all dearly.
Good night, Will.
Good night.
Drive safe. I will.
I thought it went beautifully.
Thanks to you. Where'd you get that doctor's bag? Looks like something out of the 50s.
Oh, I'm something out of the 50s. Good night, Harriet.
Good night, Will.
Good night. And thank you. I feel much better. I guess you know what I have.
I do. I never saw anyone handle it better, and it sure never looked better on anyone else. I'll pick you ladies up in the morning and take you to the fair.
Good night.
Harriet? What is it? What's wrong?
If you don't know, I can't tell you.
I don't know, and you must tell me. Didn't you have a good time? Didn't the evening go well?
I had a perfectly dreadful time, if you want to know. I just can't figure out why you bothered to have me. I mean, the 3 of you talked all around me the whole evening, just as if I didn't exist, as if I weren't there. Oh, never mind, just stupid me. I just thought things were going to be like the old times. I might as well have been in a foreign country.
That's not true. The evening was for you. You were the guest of honor. I've never had the both of them here together before. The evening was a celebration for you.
The evening was for you, so you could show off how many different desserts you could make from those old peaches. That's what it was for. When you handed me that Hershey bar from the airport, you told me you didn't have enough time to make any chocolate desserts for me. And you know how I feel about chocolate.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You're right. It was a treat for me, pure and simple. Let me make amends to you. You sit right down here. I'm gonna make you the richest chocolate dessert you ever had.
Well, oh, no more. No more. Oh, honey. Nobody makes brownies like you do.
Oh, I'm so glad. And all is forgiven.
Honey, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's the matter with me. I guess maybe I'm just a little bit on edge or something, you know?
I understand.
Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about now at all. Let's just talk about the old days. Let's tell each other things like we used to in school. Let's talk about boys and dates and sex.
Oh, Harriet, please, I'm too old to remember any of that.
No, you are now. Come on now. Tell me about the first time you ever made love.
Are you kidding? You're not. Okay, I'm going to tell you something I never told you. Remember that history teacher in our junior year, the one who went away at the end of spring term, get his PhD?
Oh, yes, that Heathcliffy one that coughed all the time and we thought he had TB. Then when he didn't come back, at the end of the semester, we decided he'd gone to a sanitarium. Mr. Brown.
That's the one. Ned Brown.
I don't understand.
He's the one. He's the one I had sex with before Nolan.
You had sex with Mr. Brown? What? He seduced you?
Well, no, actually, it was my idea. Every other Tuesday while y'all were off at dancing class.
Oh, my word. And you didn't tell me?
Well, he swore me to secrecy. And so I never told anyone until now.
You must have told Nolan. Nolan didn't know?
Nolan knew there was someone, but he didn't know who. I had to tell him because I was afraid he'd find out I wasn't a virgin.
When did you tell him? I mean, on your wedding night? When? Before? Tell me. I mean, I'm just about to die of shock here.
I told him the summer I met him. Before I made love with him. After Ned Brown and before we were seniors.
I can't believe this. I mean, by the time we got out of Pritchard's, you had 2 lovers? Well, stupid me, huh? The last to know. And here I was thinking that you were just chums with that old medic, and you were making love with him right here in this house. I mean, how many others were there?
There was no one at all while I was married.
Well, I've just been on the outside looking in, haven't I, on everybody's life.
Harry.
Yeah. You know, I don't mind with Knox. I mean, I mind. I don't forgive him, but you don't tell your wife if you're cheating. But for him to tell his daughter, and for Pammy to tell, for Pammy to tell me. Well, I didn't know anything. But you, I thought I knew. I mean, we did everything together. We went to school together, we got married, we had our babies, we even lost our husbands, all of it. I thought that you and I were the longest running buddy movie in history. And none of it was true. Oh. Not ever.
Of course it is. It's all true. You're my best friend in the world.
No. Harriet. We never did the same. The 2 of us were never the 2 of us. It was all a lie.
Oh, Harriet, that's ancient history. That's all this stuff happened a long time ago. You and I are not a lie.
See, because I don't ever want anything from you again, ever.
Are you feeling any better this morning, Harriet?
I'm fine, thanks.
Would you like to come to the fair?
No, you go ahead without me.
I don't want to go without you. I don't want to leave you.
No, I didn't get a real good night's sleep, and I think maybe with an empty house I could catch a little nap. You go on, I want you to.
Are you sure? I can make you some breakfast.
Don't want anything. Just want to sleep.
What if you get rested and you feel better? Will you join us later?
I might.
I hope you do. Please come.
Do you have 2 pieces of that lovely chocolate cake?
So happy you came. I feel so badly about last night, Harriet.
There's water under the deck. I'm such a bitch sometimes.
No. I have saved you the last 2 pieces of the best chocolate cake in all of South Carolina. Would you like it?
Okay.
Are you still walking with the Taste Patrol?
Oh, no. No, I haven't had courage, since the zoo ball to see them again.
Is Pammy coming through for you? Is she there for the radiation treatments?
You know the only thing I know about that child? She thinks making partners the most important thing in life. And she hates her mama.
She doesn't hate you.
Close enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will serve as your final boarding call for U.S. Air Flight 27.
Well, I'd better...
All passengers holding
I'd
tickets
better get
on
going
US
there,
Air
boy.
Flight 27 should now be aboard the aircraft through gate 3B.
Thank you.
I'll see you. See you. myself.
Oh, do I smell chocolate?
Double fudge brownies, hand-delivered.
Just put them where I can smell them.
How you doing, honey?
Still here.
And I want to thank you. You have single-handedly saved the wallpaper business. I've been getting orders from the Taste Patrol.
Well, that's what friends are for.
That's what best friends are for.
You know, I've been thinking, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna kick Knox right in the groin.
You think he's there?
I've decided to throw away the bad times. Keep the good things. Best times of my life. The day I met you, Pritchard's. My wedding. The day Pammy was born. I'm just gonna string us all together like a film strip.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think about the rest of that. Knox and Val, Pammy. If I think about all that, I'll know my life didn't amount to anything. You know, I never did do anything. All I'm going to leave behind is a closet full of clothes and a nice house. And somebody's just going to come along, clean that out, redecorate.
That's not true at all. Your life is more than that. I can't imagine my life without you in it. If it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't be me.
That's how I feel about you.
You know, when you get right down to it, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who was famous or successful or who had money or who made partner. All that really matters is, who did you love? It doesn't even matter if they loved you back or if they deserved your love or if they accepted it. Just you loving them. That's all. And you did that beautifully. You loved your mother and father, and Knox, and Pammy, and to my great good fortune, me.
Yes, I did. I do.
I know. And I love you. Pammy? Look at you. You better go in, Pammy.
I can't.
She hates me.
She does no such thing.
I've been so awful to her.
Tammy, she's your mother.
What can I possibly say to her?
You don't need to say anything. Just hold her hand. Hey.
Hey.
We're very lucky, you and I.
How do you mean?
Well, we have these two beautiful pups in the same litter, and that's how we met.
Well, that wasn't luck.
What? What do you mean?
Well, I went out to the Brady farm and asked for one of those pups. As soon as I found out you had one.
You did? Why?
Well, I thought if an opportunity ever arose, I'd stop you on the street and say, hey, we ought to get these two dogs together sometime.
Well, then I stand corrected. I am the lucky one.